This is lesson 2.7, True or False Inequalities. It is found on pages 101 through 104 in your workbooks. So I tried to make this reservation at this restaurant called the Library, but I couldn't. They were all booked. Library. All booked. Restaurant. Moving along. So our learning target in this lesson, we're going to tell whether an inequality involving a variable is true or false for a given value of the variable. Alright, so last lesson we focused on telling whether an equation involving a variable is true or false. On this lesson, we're going to do an inequality, and you'll see what that means in just a moment. So again, at the end of the lesson, I want you to be at a 3. Alright, so tell whether the equation is true or false, right? Last lesson was equation is true or false for the value of the variable, right? So if we do 11 minus 2, that's going to equal 9, so that's true. 34 plus 4 is 38, that is false. 3 times 2, see, we're replacing a with 2, equals 6, that's false. 11 minus 6 equals 5, that is true. Alright, so looking ahead, tell whether the inequality is true or false for the value of the variable. See where inequalities get greater than and less than. Alright, so we got 11 minus b. 11 minus b, and b is 2, so 11 minus 2 is 9. So is 9 greater than 9? No, it's equal to 9. So it's false. See, it wants to be greater than 9. 34 plus 4 is less than 39. So 34 plus 4, because r is 4, well, that's 38. Well, is 38 less than 39? It is, so true. And then 3 times 2 is greater than 5. So 3 times 2 is 6. Is 6 greater than 5? Yes, so that's true. And then 11 minus 6. So 11 minus 6 equals 5. Well, is 5 less than 5? No, it's not, because it's equal to 5. It wants to be less than 5. So we need to explain why the equation 34 plus 4 equals 39 when r equals 4 is false. Well, why is that false? Because 34 plus 4 is 38. But the inequality 34 plus 4 is less than 39 is true. Are there other values for the variable that make the inequality true? And here's what I'm going to say. The equation needs to be the exact answer of 39, right? Because it's equal. It needs to be the exact answer of 39, while the inequality only needs to be less than 39. Any number less than 5 makes the inequality true, right? Because 34 plus 5 would equal 39. It's not less than 39. But 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, all those numbers would make the inequality true. So let's look at our key concept, true or false inequalities. An inequality is a mathematical sentence that compares expressions. See, we got the less than, greater than, 2 is less than 4, 5 is greater than 3. Tell whether 14 minus n is greater than 3 is true or false when n equals 9. So 14 minus n is greater than 3. Let's see. So 14 minus 9 is 5. 5 is greater than 3. So write the inequality, substitute 9 for n, then subtract. So when n equals 9, the inequality is true. All right, in our example again, tell whether v times 9 is less than 42 is true when v equals 5. So we're going to write the inequality, substitute 5 for v, and then multiply. Well, 5 times 9 is 45. 45 is not less than 42. So when v equals 5, the inequality is false, right? And our cat over here, the symbol with the less than strike through sign, it means that is not less than. Alrighty, so let's do some in-class practice. We're going to tell whether the inequality is true or false for the given value of the variable. Of course, the I can statement over here, I can tell whether an inequality is true or false. Alright, so I am going to solve 1 and 2 with you, and then I want you to solve 3 and 4 on your own. Alright, so b plus 2 is less than 11, and b equals 10. Well, 10 plus 2 is 12. Is 12 less than 11? No, it's false. Now, I know this down here is simple, but I still want you to show your work. Alright, so d minus 8 is greater than 17 when d equals 27. So 27 minus 8 equals 19. Is 19 greater than 17? So that is true. Alright, I want you to go ahead and do 3 and 4 on your own, and then we'll go over it. Alright, so 7 times 7, because I'm replacing r with 7, is 49. Is 49 greater than 50? No, it's not. That's false. 5 is less than 35. 35, not 37. 35 divided by 5. 5 is less than 7. Is that true? It is. Alright, I'll solve number 5 with you, and you can do number 6 on your own. Alright, so 21 plus h is greater than 33. So 21 plus 14, because h is equal to 14, equals 35. Is 35 greater than 33? Yes. Alright, do number 6, and we'll go over it. So 54 divided by 6 equals 9. Well, 9 is not greater than 10, so that is false. Alright, so we're going to evaluate an algebraic expression. Hopefully you'll be able to do that on your own. So tell whether the inequality is true or false given the value of the variable, right? So we're going to do some more of this. Alright, I'll do number 7, you can do number 8. So k times 8 is less than 70. So 9 times 8 equals 72. Is 72 less than 70? That is false. Alright, go ahead and solve number 8 and we'll go over it. 37 minus 18 is 19. Is 19 less than 12? No, that's false. Okay, go ahead and do 9 and 10 on your own, and then we'll go over it. So 46 is greater than 25 plus 17. 46 is greater than 42. That will be true. Alright, 63 is less than 9 times 7. 63 is not less than 63, it's equal to, so that is false. Alright, number 11 is a bit more complicated because there's also an expression on this side. So we've got 20 divided by 4 is less than 9 minus 3. I'm going to do both of these. So we got 5 is less than 6. That is true. And then 12, 11 times 5 is 55, greater than 24, or 33 plus 24, and 33 plus 24 is 57. 55 is not greater than 57. That's false. Alright, 13 and 14, go ahead and do those and we'll go over them. Alright, so 12 times 9 is 108. Is 108 less than 100? No, that's false. 24 divided by 4 equals 6. 13 minus 9 is 4. Is 6 greater than 4? That is true. Alrighty. I want you to go ahead and try number 15 on your own. Read it and think about what's going on the left and right side of that inequality. Alright, go ahead and do that and we'll go over it. Alright, you should have said something like this. I can tell it is false because both add-ins on the right side, so 35 and 28, are larger than the add-ins on the left. So both these numbers are larger than both these numbers, so I know that this answer over here is going to be less than this answer over here. So I know that it is false. Alright, go ahead and do this test prep question and then we will go over it. Now remember, it says select all the inequalities that are true when b equals 5. Alright, so 5 times 5 less than 20. 25 less than 20. Nope, so it's not that one. 4 is greater than 5 minus 3. 4 is greater than 2. Yes, it is. 16 minus 5 is less than 3 plus 7. 11 is less than 10. Nope, that is not true. 13 plus 5 is greater than 7 times 2. 18 is greater than 14. That is true. 35 divided by 5 is less than 8. 7 is less than 8. That is true. And then 14 plus 26 is less than 8 times 5. 14 plus 26 is 40. I said less than, that's greater than. 40 is greater than 40. Is that true? No, it's not, because it's equal to it. Alright, so those three. Alright, let's connect this to real life. A golfer's goal is to use less than 80 strokes in one round of golf. The golfer uses 43 strokes in the first half of the round. Which inequality could represent the situation? Well, this one right here, 43 plus S is less than 80, right? Can the golfer use 38 strokes in the second half of the round and meet the goal? So, wants to have less than 80 strokes, right? So we're going to substitute 38 for S. That would be the second round. 43 plus 38 is 81. 81, no, so the golfer cannot use 38 strokes, right? So they're figuring out, okay, I did 43 in the first round. How many can I do in the second round and still be less than 80? Well, I can't do 38. Alrighty. So let's do some practice here. I want you to go ahead and read and solve number 17. Read and solve number 17 and then we'll go over it. Okay, the members of a 4 by 100 meter relay team have a goal for team members 3 and 4 to complete their legs of the race in less time than team members 1 and 2. The inequality 13 plus 15 is greater than 14 plus t represents the situation. So 13 plus 15 greater than 14 plus t represents the situation. Can team member 4 take 12 seconds? Yeah, so I'll replace t with 12 to complete their leg of the race and meet the team's goal. Well, 13 plus 15 is 28. 14 plus 12 is 26. Well, is 28 greater than 26? Yes, so they can meet their goal, right? Make sure that you're showing your work and not just doing it in your head. Alrighty. So in number 17, they gave you the inequality, At number 18, you have to choose the inequality. All right, go ahead, read, choose the inequality, and then see if you can hike 7 miles and reach your goal. All right, go ahead and do that. Then we'll go over it. Okay, so you hike 4 miles today. You have a goal to hike more than 12 miles. More than 12 miles today and tomorrow combined. Which inequality represents the situation? All right, so 12 needs to be less than the miles that you walked today and tomorrow. Well, today you walked 4, and then the next one, you need to add it to be greater than, or for 12 to be less than the 4 plus the number of miles that you walked. So which one is that? Right here. Well, can you walk 7 miles? 4 plus 7, 12 is less than 11? No, because 12 is not less than 11. How many miles would you need to walk? Yeah, you would need to walk 9. Or at least more than 8, right? You can walk like 8.1, but you'll need to walk more than 8 to be able to walk more than 12 miles. All right, well, let's look at our learning target. Tell whether an inequality involving a variable is true or false for a given value of the variable. Hopefully you can do that on your own. And of course, if you can't, still love you. We'll just practice together, and you can bring any questions that you have to me. Right? I can tell whether an inequality is true or false, and I can evaluate in an algebraic expression. Matter of fact, if you're at a number 4, you can help those peeps who are at number 2. Well, alrighty. Y'all have a good day.